Superhero time starts now.
Welcome back, Toku Faithful, to TOKUWEEN Monster Movie Fest 2. Time for the last movie in this month-long celebration of the 3Gs, but we've saved the best for last. Or worse, depending on your personal outlook on things. It's time for everyone's big favorite turtle, your friend and mine. You know him, you love him, you go through a phase where you don't love him so much, but you don't want to hurt his feelings. I'm of course talking about Gamera. Last time I covered Gamera's return after a long hiatus, and I mentioned that that was only the beginning of a trilogy. Now we're going to look at the second movie in said trilogy, where Gamera is bigger, badder, and turtlier than ever. At least that's what the DVD says. See? Turtlier. Didn't know that was a word. Anyway, this is Gamera 2, Attack of Legion. We'll just pop this bad boy in and... anybody need a subscription to New Type? Whatever that is. We start out with an Atari Jaguar game. Something's heading to Earth.
What's the trajectory?
It looks like they're on a collision course.
Damn it. What kind of time do we have?
About 48 hours, sir.
That's not enough. Look, if the public gets wind of this, we are going to have a major panic on our hands.
If anyone ever finds the truth about Bitcoin, there'll be mass hysteria. If people ever find out the truth about Bitcoin, people are going to panic. Meanwhile, a crew of rubberneckers watch for comets. But when the reports of a meteor heading for Earth go out...
Pack up! Our field trip is finished!
Aw, Mom, you promised us a giant flying turtle!
Get down!
Get funky! Gamera 2, sponsored by the Catholic Church. Well, the military wastes no time investigating the meteor that hit the Earth. Better get to it before this guy does.
And what about the meteorite?
Nothing.
It's not here?
Right. And our readings seem to show it was slowing down as it hit the ground.
Slowing? I don't like the sound of this at all.
It probably saw that last fight with Godzilla and Destroya and almost decided to turn back, but thought, I came out all this way. Might as well vacay.
One of the meteorites has landed in northern Japan, in a mountainous region approximately 50 kilometers south of Sapporo City on the island of Hokkaido. As for now, the damage is limited. Numerous trees in the area have caught fire, but no human injuries have been reported.
Meanwhile, at the Science Center, no one can get online. Damn these free AOL discs, they're useless!
But maybe there's a problem with the phone lines.
Yeah, I guess.
Hi, Sapporo Science Center.
Yeah, I just wanted to call to report something fell out of the sky. I don't know, it's green, it's glowing, and I'm afraid something's gonna
Say
happen.
again.
It's radioactive.
You're picking up a lot of static.
Radioactive. Is there something you guys can do?
Hold on 1 second.
Is a Seymour Butts there? Who? IP Freely?
Hey! There's something out there!
Look. Shikatsu's aglow.
Well, it is hauntingly beautiful. And of course, they go to investigate it.
But Japan's sky turning green? All I can guess is a localized magnetospheric fluctuation is at work here. Even if the meteors happen to be affecting the ionosphere, it'd be highly unlikely to cause something like this. A magnetic field strong enough might be able to short out anything electrical.
Thankfully, the military is nearby to help / shoo them away.
This area is restricted!
Huh? Yes, it started!
They also never found anything from the Tunguska meteorite that landed in Siberia.
You might want to ask Ray Stantz about that.
You have been a participant in the biggest interdimensional cross-rip since the Tunguska blast of 1909.
Do you suppose that maybe it just moved?
Moved? You're kidding. Walking rocks.
Of course not really. It's more...
What's more?
I just want to know how a cloud of meteors would all of a sudden come to Earth.
Right here? In Sapporo?
Recess! We then cut to, hey, I recognize him. That's the guy from the first movie. Anyway, they get attacked by a tentacle hentai monster. Oh, thanks, Schwartz, they cut away. Meanwhile, we finally learn the name of Science Babe here, Honami.
Yes, Honami here.
She's called to investigate what happened in the warehouse.
10,000 cases? What a waste of beer.
Aha! The meteor was full of rowdy frat boys on a beer run. I should have guessed.
We're glad you made it.
Is this part of that green glow at Shikatsu Lake?
The last time we spoke, you mentioned our meteor moving. I'd like you to tell me more.
Well, now it has direction.
Huh? To where?
Seems to me something is making its way here from Lake Shikatsu.
Just listen. How many times do I have to tell you? A cockroach or a big crab.
Okay, bird scene from the first movie.
The birds! The birds!
You're out. You're gone. We got a new champion.
A cockroach or a big crab.
Honami watches the guard give his testimony and none of the cops believe him.
Why am I always the one who has to deal with this
This guy was grabbed by the police before we ever had a chance to talk to him.
It looks like the police didn't believe a single thing he had to say.
That's because he was a cop in Nagasaki a few years ago, responding to the first Gauss invasion.
Yeah, I can see why he doesn't want to go through that again. In the warehouse, they find a clue of what this thing is. I'll let her explain.
It's starting to feel like the seams of the world are coming apart. Gamera, then Gauss, and now it looks like extraterrestrials.
So you say monsters from space?
60% of all the plant life in Tahiti has been transplanted there by seasonal migratory birds. The same thing could be happening right now between the planets.
The colonel here, Wadarase, says one of the dumbest lines in the movie, or funniest.
If the seams are indeed falling apart, it's our job to put them back together.
Meanwhile, a subway car is attacked by someone or something. Great, more underground creepy crawlies. Just once I'd like to see a kaiju set up in a nice above-ground base. Maybe a beach house or something. The military sets up a barricade and they check it out. Holy hell, it's the Predator!
Come on, motherfucker!
Want to kill me?
Let's dance!
Nah, I guess not. Then they get tentacle hentai to death.
Currently, the police are working to rescue the train's passengers, and with the discovery of hazardous materials, there are a number of concerns regarding safety issues. The atmosphere around Adori Station is growing more tense every minute as both the public and the police look for answers. Something seems to be happening here. The rescue crews appear to be on the move.
What the hell's wrong with the TV?
That's no good.
I'll say, damn satellite cable. They charge you an arm and a leg for this, and look what happens. Damn parasites.
It's raining plaster. Hallelujah. Oh crap, Pandora set up a new palace. Oh wait, that's something different.
Communications are all out of whack right now. We're here to, take another look inside the tunnel.
For what?
For more gratuitous violence, I'm guessing. Seriously, these guys might as well be holding up a banner that says 3 days to retirement.
Pressure 4 atmospheres? Oxygen 78%? That's not normal. What's it like down there?
It's not normal.
I'm getting the feeling it's not normal.
What are those?
What we were originally looking for down here was some sort of germ or parasite. Instead, we found what you see here.
So they're an alien life form?
But is it not normal? We must know!
Survivors, sir! We can see them! Let's go, people! Hurry!
And the film budget just ran out. Show some stills. The Colonel gives the brass a sit rep, and after that, Honami gives her 2 cents on the matter.
Have you ever heard of leafcutter ants?
Sure. They're the ones that grow mushrooms outside their nest.
Right. But the mushrooms won't grow there unless the ants feed them, and without the mushrooms, the ants can't maintain their nest.
So, the big plant thing that's growing downtown, the thing we're calling the pod?
Okay. The thing with all the grass spores.
Yeah. We assume it would be part of the alien life forms.
We should probably consider both anomalies to be 2 equal aspects of the same thing.
Later they tell the Colonel that giant tumor on top of the building from earlier seems to be changing.
The pod appears to be flowering.
Flower? What color?
I didn't ask. But we're gonna blast it.
If that line does not sum up the military in one sentence, I don't know what does.
So we see the giant flower in question as everyone is ordered to evacuate. We found something very foreign and beautiful. We're gonna destroy it. That's all we really know what to do. They go to plant explosives in the subway station while Honami asks for an analysis of the possible damage this could cause.
Obitsu.
Did you remember to pay the utilities?
Sapporo would be utterly devastated. Nothing would survive.
Great. First Godzilla becomes a walking nuclear meltdown, and now this. You guys just can't catch a break. We could really use some help right now.
Unidentified object reported. 8 o'clock at 90 degrees and closing quickly. Please confirm. Work to establish visual op.
Nothing here. Just dolphins.
Cowabunga! Whoa, that's one hell of an Evinrude.
Bogey confirmed. Repeat. Bogey confirmed as Gamera, bearing due northwest.
Gamera's out there.
Oh wait, it's just Gamera.
Fire! Check!
You have radio!
Gamera sighted off the San Francisco coast, bearing northwest. Repeat, Gamera is flying towards Hokkaido.
And here comes the first money shot.
Where the hell's he been?
Mystery Science Theater, where else? Anyone else getting the craving for an ice-cold Coca-Cola right now? Anyway, the big mutant turtle wastes no time setting the flower ablaze while the troops search for cover. Ha! Too easy, dude. Oh god, they're everywhere! Someone call the Orkin Man! We're gonna need a huge can of Raid.
And he asked unto him, What is thy name? And he answered, saying, My name is Legion,
I thought this guy was Legion.
for I am the one of the many.
The Bible.
Mark 9, verse 8.
Legion.
So yeah, thanks to some random Bible quote, we have a name for the villain, Legion. They are indeed a hive mind, and Gamera decides to make a hasty retreat.
Gamera's hurt.
No fucking shit, lady! A locust swarm would do the same thing to you!
Honami decides to do more rubbernecking and sees the bugs are attracted to a transformer. No, not those transformers.
Let's go!
I think we just met the queen bee. Ooh, gotta go pollinate, bye!
Target confirmed. Range 5 miles.
Fighter jets lock on, and Maverick, Goose, and Iceman bring that bitch down. Blammo!
Well, I'm sure that's the end of that.
The scores of creatures that are now called symbiotic legions were thought to have been exterminated by Gamera. When the last one suddenly reappeared with huge wings, it was blasted by missiles. However, strange as it may seem, the body of the creature is nowhere to be found.
Damn it, never mind. Honami decides to bring in a Gamera expert who she found on the internet.
A girl who talks to Gamera?
I found it on a website dedicated to him. Gotta love the internet.
Ah yes, the heyday of GeoCities and Netscape. Surely this marvelous invention has reached its pinnacle when people can find experts on giant turtles via the internet. Yep, it'll never get any better than that. Huh. Facebook just offered me an ad about turtle wax when I just mentioned and thought about turtles. Get out of my head!
Some info about Gamera. I can't believe he's got his own website.
What's next? A website full of lewd images of kaiju as sexed up schoolgirls? That'll be the day.
Oh, what's that? Hey, what the? Do something.
Joe Bob, what just happened?
I have nothing to say. I have no words for that.
Meanwhile, at Area 51, we see surgery being done on one of those Legion bugs. I knew these things were full of hot air. Honami has Obitsu and the Colonel over, and they come to the conclusion that Legion is attracted to the electromagnetic waves in pagers, cell phones, etc., etc.
It's a list of the items the subway passengers were carrying before they died. Maybe that's what they wanted.
Oh my god. That's why they built their nest where there were so many waves, huh?
Downtown Sapporo.
Its communications are off. Cell phones and pagers messed them all up. So they quickly invaded and set up a base. And if you ask me, War is exactly what they're made for.
Most likely, then. They'll target the more populated areas.
Tokyo. Thickest hub of EM waves on Earth.
Honami and the Colonel tell the higher-ups where Legion may attack next, and that they need the help of a Gamera expert, but they don't seem interested. And on cue, another swarm was found in Sendai. This time they have wings and are all dead. And another large pod flower opens up in the center of the city.
It's changing awfully fast.
That's probably due to climate. Down here it's much warmer.
It's getting dangerous. You'd better leave too.
But you've gotta let me...
You! Put her on a chopper!
Yes, sir!
During another evacuation, hey, it's Gamera's best girl, Asagi, who you might remember from the first film.
We've got a message from the tower. They've spotted Gamera. He's heading for the city, and we're supposed to wait here.
Speaking of which, he shows up again while Asagi looks on. Yeah, she does that a lot, folks. Get used to it. Her main job is looking at things. A big crab-like legion comes out of the ground and wrestles Gamera. I'm starting to get deja vu here. Asagi points out Gamera is standing guard over the chopper. Suddenly, big tentacles shoot out of the ground, stabbing our hero. The Colonel tells them that Gamera is buying them time so they can pull back. The chopper finally gets out of harm's way so Gamera can... Oh, the big turtle is down! Oh, the inhumanity!
Gamera.
And just when Legion gains the upper hand, it leaves. Wait, what? Oh, I have the vapors.
Know something more about Gamera? Huh? You're Asagi Kusanagi, yeah?
That's Mrs. Asagi Gamera to you, biatch. Well, thanks to Legion's cockiness, Gamera is back up. Oh, something written on this flower. Vengeance is...
Don't touch!
So, thanks to Gamera's blinding stupidity, Sendai is a smoldering crater. And the big turtle is dead. Well, this is a downer of an ending. The Colonel says they need to act now, but the brass are still being idiots.
Normally, bees and ants spread their numbers by leaving the nest and establishing new ones.
Honami, will you give the bug references a rest? Obitsu uses science junk to discover where Legion will hit next. Sure enough, it's Tokyo. So the Prime Minister orders the military to surround the city to make sure Legion does not get in. Honami and the Colonel have a heartfelt goodbye.
I was hoping to see this thing through, you know.
You should really go. Your father must be worried sick. I thank you for everything.
It's nothing. But, well, I'll see ya.
As Honami is leaving Japan to be with her father in the States, Asagi comes to her and says Gamera is alive. Well, if anyone would know, it's her. Honami believes her without any proof, and they go to Sendai's remains. Meanwhile, the military moves in to intercept the Bug Brigade. The Legion bugs make their way to Tokyo, and as you may have guessed, the military can't stop them from getting in. Good job, guys. In Sendai, or what's left of it, there's a congregation of people waiting. I guess no one's afraid of nuclear fallout, as I don't see any hazmat suits on. They all look at the remains of Gamera, hoping he will arise to save them.
Wow, talk about a complete 180 from Godzilla, where people are actively praying for a giant reptile to come to their aid. You can't make this stuff up.
Meanwhile, the big one, Mother Legion as it's known, is making quick work of the military by sending her drones to attack. So by literally praying for him to get better, nothing happens. Can it be? was his wedding present to me. Ugh, I'm up. What's the haps, dudes and dudettes? Oh right, big bug thing. Time to haul shell. You might want to put something on that.
Gamera must also be hurting.
It might be difficult to find someone, but may I recommend couples counseling?
Gamera! He's heading to Ashikaga!
He's going straight for the big one.
This big turtle spitting fire, but it does next to nothing as Mama Legion has Protect cast. Cheater! Fly, my pretties, fly!
They're going to help the big one against Gamera, sir. He has no chance against them both together. You've got to assist him, sir.
And why would we give a monster our help?
Because Gamera's...
is friend to all children. I can't believe I have to explain this to you. Help him!
Obitsu hatches a plan to distract the drones by having them turn up the juice at a transmitter.
If I do this, it'll be on your head.
Right, yes, blame me!
Don't worry, I plan on it.
Yes! I'll be right over!
Here goes nothing.
Oh! I've always wanted to do this. Hey, you guys!
We're gonna turn it on. We're gonna bring you the power. We're gonna light up the dark of night like the brightest day in a whole new way. We're gonna turn it on. We're gonna bring you the power. It's coming down the line, strong as it can be, through the courtesy of the electric company. The electric company. The electric company.
The Legion again. It's changing course. And also, the Nasaki transmitter is in trouble.
Trouble?
It sprung a leak.
Oh, Bitsu's there.
Even without her babies, Mama Legion is a force to be reckoned with. Gamera tries to hold her back alone until the military decides to finally help him out for a change. Thanks for not shooting me this time, gah! Well, that didn't do diddly. Meanwhile, Lubitsu's getting attacked by the bugs, and the Colonel finally gets his badass moment.
Let's get out.
I like you, Colonel. You're a man's man. You're a man's man.
Gamera has had enough and takes the bug by the horns, ripping them off. You fool! This wasn't even my final form! That's an owie! Well, while the whipping is going on, the Colonel calls for the Black Hawks to bring the rain, destroying the Bug Brigade. Now if Gamera could somehow put down the big one, but how?
Are you okay?
Aha! Your Deus Ex is right on time.
There's your defense line.
Well, that's all you get for one movie. I'll be in touch if you dudes ever need saving again. And you will. Cowabunga! The military pat themselves on the back and hog all the credit, but we all know who really saved the world. Again.
Sayonara.
Oh, no, Asagi, no, don't fret. You're in what we call a complicated relationship.
And the film ends with Honami giving yet another cliche analysis on life and Earth, blah, blah, blah.
So once again, it takes Gamera to save the human race.
Gamera didn't come here just to save you and me. It's all forms of life on Earth. Gamera would never let the Legion win. After all, he is the guardian of the universe.
So does that mean that if we keep destroying life on this planet...
Gamera wouldn't like that. It would only make him mad.
And that was Gamera 2, Electric Turtleoo, dubbed by the now defunct ADV Films. I should bring up that there was another dub of this movie out there, the late Texarkana dub.
Howdy, fellas. What can I do for you?
Hi, Waterosha Chemical School.
My name's Tiny. How you doing? Hey, how you? Well, we ain't really found nothing out here. I don't know why we're looking for it.
See, I told you you owe me $8.
Hey, listen, don't piss me off, asshole.
Made as a gag by ADV Films while the crew was apparently drinking.
Our adversary is a bunch of assholes with absolutely no regard for our creature comforts. In other words, if we let them run ramrod, we're screwed. So for the sake of all of us, we gotta kick their asses with the help of these red dots.
Unfortunately, the whole gag dub is not on this DVD, but only a part. The whole thing is done on their box sets they released sometime around the early 2000s, I believe. If you can find the whole thing, give it a watch. I heard it's rather funny. Well, another TOKUWEEN come and gone. I guess I should really get back to the mirror world. I can't stay and play anymore. Better let that other me go and unfreeze the world. Come, Remo. You're probably asking yourself, will we ever see another Easy again? Fret not, Token Faithful. Wherever giant turtles are fighting giant bugs or birds, I'll be there. Wherever giant radioactive lizards are stomping down on Tokyo, I'll be there. Wherever golden-clad knights are fighting an evil goth topless girl, I'll be there much faster. Happy Halloween!
Let's go, Gamera!
Gamera! Gamera!
Gamera is really neat. Gamera is filled with meat. We've been eating Gamera. Shell, teeth, eyes, flames, claws, breath, scales, fun.
Dr. Forrester is kind of a jerk, and Frank is really dumb too.
We have to take part in these lame experiments.
But do we complain?
No.
No.
Yes.
Huh? So we keep all over the place
and talk of 1,000 wonderful days.
Everybody now.
Gamera is really sweet. He is filled with turtle meat. Now we have commercial sign.
Just listen. How many times do I have to tell you? A cockroach or a big crab. Like a giant insect. But huge, as big as a man or something.
You said you only saw a shadow.
I did. But why doesn't anyone believe me? I know what I saw. Oh, man. Why am I always the one who has to deal with this